Try it again. See if this gets on the Facebook. Reset the permissions. So we're going to see if it's a streaming problem or just a Facebook problem today. Oh, I think I'm there. I sure am. It is now working. Facebook people, you can now see me for real, and I'm going to be able to share what I wanted to share. Bear with me a moment. In case you all weren't watching me earlier, having technical difficulties using Restream. But I got it working now. So, once again, John, Texas Pride Realty Group. How are you doing this evening? How are we? What I wanted to show you, which Facebook Live would not cooperate with earlier, was a screen share of data from North Texas real estate. Let's take a look for January, what it's looking like today. And as per usual, screen share does take a moment with this, but just not as badly. I can get this screen shared in minimal time. There we are. Hello. And we're going to make this bigger for you. These numbers here today, courtesy of Fair Texas Title. I am in no way advertising for Fair Texas Title. You may use any title company that you wish in a residential real estate transaction, but they were kind enough to create these charts for us today, going over the data, same data that I've shown you before from MetroTex Realtors. All the realtors have these same numbers, but Fair Texas Title looks nice today. So this is what we're using. This is for the month January 2022. This is the report for all of North Texas. You can see how we're doing here. Now, if anyone's telling you there's no homes for sale, yeah, there are. They're just selling quickly. As you will note, under contract homes for the month of January, it was almost 8,000 homes. There were 5,137 for sale. That means they were posted for sale that month. Average days on market, 27. That is actually rather high of a number than it's been, but this takes into account all of North Texas, just not the hot areas. So we will deep dive a little bit into the counties here in a second. So you can see the months of inventory where we talked about sellers markets and buyers markets and how much inventory is on the market at any given time. You can see those numbers are really, really low for the cheaper homes versus the more expensive homes. This down here is a $1 million plus home. There's more of those on the market at one time. Doesn't mean there's a lot on the market. They just sit on the market slightly longer because they're more expensive. But people in these categories are still having a difficult time finding homes available, new builds, and pre-sold, pre-owned homes. But let's take a look at the county level. This gives you a better indication of where you live. Here we have Collin County, where I live and work out of. There were almost 1,000 homes under contract, 426 for sale. Average closing price is over list, as you will notice there. The average list price being $522, the average close price being $539. That does not mean every home in Collin County is $500,000 house. That's an average that takes into account the $1 million house that was sold and the $200,000 house that was sold. It's an average. It's not a median. Median numbers, as I've shown you before, are a little bit different. Actually, a little bit lower than those numbers. But we're using averages on this chart. You can see the majority of the homes under contract also closed at the same month, which is good. 913 closings. Your average square foot price at $211. Dallas County, obviously there were more homes. Dallas County is larger, has more people, has more houses. There is your difference. Average days on the market, it's about the same. List price and close price is lower in Dallas County because Dallas County has a little bit more of a wider range of home prices, home builds. It's larger, so it goes the gambit of this entire list as far as home prices. Denton County, slightly higher, just a little bit cheaper than Collin County, a little bit less homes than Collin County, only because Denton County is slightly smaller than Collin County. The same type of averages, 24 days on market, your list prices, your close prices. Number of closings, still very tight as far as inventory being on the market at one time for someone to purchase. And as you all know, you're fighting for a house when it comes on the market if you are a buyer. Excuse me. This chart, one of the most interesting charts. You'll notice this is the total volume of North Texas, money-wise. This is price-wise, not volume-wise, since 2007. 2022 is not on the chart yet. Obviously, that is through, it's that one dot back here at January. So even in January, we did almost $3 billion. You can see that's the most any January since 2007. And probably highest ever. This actually below here does mention that it's the highest ever. Oh, sorry about that. Go back to Britt's comment. January 22 dollar volume in North Texas existing home resales was $2.94 billion of real estate, the highest ever for a January. 21% increase over the previous January, and driven by the fact higher average sales price, 17% higher. You all will note that the average prices around here have gone up close to 20%, in some cases over 21 to 22, year 21 to 22. And mentions the tight supply. We all know about tight supply. And just for reference, these were provided by Kendra Kennedy, who's sales rep at Fair Texas Title. So if anything to ask Kendra about, contact her at Fair Texas Title here in Texas. So that's all I was going to show you as far as Texas real estate goes today. I am currently working on listing, being delayed by our lovely weather. So that will be coming soon, shortly. I will not tell you when and where it is because I cannot until it's listed. So stay tuned for that on Facebook if you are a buyer in Plano looking for a home. Otherwise, since I've been delayed today, I'm going to have to wrap this up early. I hope this video was informative once I finally got it working correctly. And hopefully next week it'll work much better. And you all will be able to spend more time with me on the live stream. As I said, I'm attempting to do 5 o'clock every Thursday, Central Time. So join in then. I will see you all next week. Again, this is John with Texas Pride Realty Group. Have a great evening.